Being involved in any sort of physical activity is so important for my mental well-being. I think the two things are intrinsically linked.
I'm not focusing on anything else, I can leave the day behind me, and the anxiety and the stresses just kind of leave me.
Mental health for me means creating balance. So for example, things like physical activity and being able to get outside is really important and valuable as a young person.
Everyone has mental health. It's something that we all have to learn to manage. When I'm struggling, I start to withdraw socially, and when I'm normally quite extroverted and outgoing, that's quite obvious. Whereas some people will still have a smile on their face, they'll still be laughing, and it's not very easy to spot.
When I'm at a lower point, I tend to go quite quiet, and just kind of all my emotions just build up in my head until they overflow into like kind of a panic attack, so I can get quite ill. I think a coach can have a big role to play in like helping ease anxiety. It's all about communication. If they understand how you feel and how you're feeling that day, then they can adapt the session for you, maybe ask you if you need a break, check in with you, offer you some one-to-one support.
I think it's important for coaches to adapt to people's individual needs. So for example, if you've got someone who's maybe a bit quieter than others, making sure that your activities aren't about necessarily being really big and loud, but are including that person in a really mindful way.
To create a supportive environment, knowledge is a key factor. It would be wonderful if coaches could try to expand their knowledge about issues that are affecting young people today, such as racism, homophobia, but also body image and issues that come with social media. And it will make them more confident to be able to listen and find solutions together if they really understand.
I think a coach can spot somebody who's struggling with their mental health. They're acting probably differently to usual, whether they might be quieter. Some people might mask their mental health by trying to be a bit louder, putting on a persona, but they will be different to how they usually are. When I'm at my low point, I value just the coach being honest and me being able to be honest with the coach.
Checking in regularly is important, because even just asking, are you okay, do you need to talk, can open the door for someone to be able to walk through and have that discussion, because without someone asking, they won't have the confidence to just start the conversation themselves.
I think your coach can do a lot to really promote good wellbeing. A break's really important during a session because it just allows you to gather your feelings when nobody else is really around, complimenting you even if you're doing the same thing as you do usually, and it's just expected of you. By just shouting positive feedback at you can really give you a boost.
I am someone who really struggles to verbally communicate and to talk. So things like physical activity, particularly dance, has given me, in some cases, a huge lifeline to just be able to say what I want to say, but without using words. I always felt growing up that there was a lot of misunderstanding around mental health, particularly in an outside of school setting. So I think if the adults I'd been engaging with then had understood it a bit better or had some more resources to support them, then it would have made a huge difference. But I'm doing well now.